Good morning, Black people. Got your coffee? I've got mine. So, listen, there are people I need to say thank you to. I need to say thank you so much to Kalima. Kalima, thank you so much for helping the Library Pantry, baby. I appreciate you. And to Lynetta. Lynetta, I got your note, and thank you so much for helping the Library Pantry. But if I'm understanding that correctly, you probably shouldn't have helped the Library Pantry. Um, what's going on, babe? Write it down in the comments, and if you're, if you can, or say it over in the village. I'm just a little concerned about what it is you wrote. So, okay, babes, but thank you so much. And to Carolyn, thank you so much for buying me a cup of coffee, babe. That came in handy yesterday because I was in the streets yesterday, y'all. And my husband, he's home from work yesterday because we went to Lowe's and I needed to get landscaping rocks. And I made him pull down 8 bags for me. And now he's hurting and sore and all broke down this morning. And I'm so sorry about that. I'm going to take care of him today. Anyway, listen. Have you all seen Druski's latest skit? This man is the king of skits. He needs his own show. He really does. Like a in living color type variety show. Druski needs his own shit because, as the kids say, he be doing it. He be doing it. Anyway, it tickled me. I put it over there in the village in case you're over there. That way you can see it. You don't have to look for it. It's over there. Anyway, have y'all seen where we, the United States of America, are considered broke? Like broke. The 92% and the 82% warned America. We definitely told them, because I can remember saying it. I said, this man made so much money during his first presidency. He and his family. They robbed America blind. And if he becomes the president again, he's going to do it again. Only this time, it'll be a lot worse because he knows exactly how to do it. And he knows exactly who to hire to help him do it. They're robbing America blind. We don't have a government anymore. We just have a band of thieves, of rogues running the nation and stealing from the nation. This man has made $4 billion in cryptocurrency since he's been the president of the United States this last time. Just this last time, not the first time, just this time. I told y'all, because y'all heard it here on this platform, that they were going to rob America's coffers and watch social safety nets disappear because we have a lot of money infused within these social safety nets. Did I not tell you? Did I not say this was going to happen? I wasn't even surprised to hear it when people like Tabitha Speaks Politics brought it to my attention. I said, we knew. And how dare people say that they did not vote for this? They voted for it. They voted for all of it. ICE in the streets and in the airports. America going broke. Not being ran by people who have a clue about government and what it is, what it takes to run a nation. All these unqualified people. He's hiring all these unqualified people. People who are not qualified, because these are people who will go along with him and they will go along with the grift. Absolutely. You know how long it'll take for this nation to recover from Trump? I can't believe so many people wanted this for America. And people say that they didn't vote for this. Like they didn't have all of this information readily and accessible. They just refused to listen to the rest of us. Those of us who were talking and trying to tell them and inform them that this is what would happen. He is a failed businessman, but they wanted him to run America like one of his businesses. Well, he is. He is. And now we don't have no money. Now we don't have no money. We better hope other nations don't call in their bonds. Then we're completely through. This is not even what I want to talk about today. You know what? As a Black person, there was a time when I used to wouldn't call the police on other Black people. Like, I just refused to, like, it would have to be something like serious for me to call the police on another Black person. Like, it has to be like an accident. Someone has to be really hurt. Something along those lines. Because when the police show up, especially in over-policed Black communities, they often show up harmful, and they make the situation worse because they escalated because we are Black and they are racist. And so it's just not a good thing to call the police. Remember the man who called the police on a Tatiana Jefferson because her front door was open at 2 o'clock in the morning. They were letting in some air. She and her nephew were inside playing video games. Police officer shows up, starts walking the perimeter of her house, and then the next thing you know, a Tatiana Jefferson is dead. Same thing with Sonia Massey. We call the police, and oftentimes it goes real bad for us. That's why white people, white women in particular, are always saying when they want to try to control Black people in public spaces, that's why they always call the police, because they know what the police can mean for Black people. And so this is why I don't call the police on Black people, because I know what the police can mean for Black people. But you know what? Fuck that noise. Fuck that noise. I'm not feeling that way anymore. Because also, as a Black person, I want my community and Black communities in general, specifically, in fact, to be safer for Black women and Black children. And some Black men too. Because men prey on men too. I want safer neighborhoods for us. I want our kids to be able to walk down the street. I want our little girls to have autonomy for as long as they possibly can. And so, yeah, I will, for those reasons, I will get involved and I will call the police. If I see a woman being abused by her partner, I will call the police. If I see a fight getting started, yeah, I will call the police. I will call the police. And on the flip side of that, if people don't want the police called on them, maybe don't abuse people. Don't harm people. Don't hurt people. Leave people alone. I hear a rooster. This is the second time I heard him. I thought it was my imagination, but that was definitely a rooster. Who got a rooster? Anyway, okay. But enough of that. But that's literally what I want to talk about today. And so I was wondering how other Black people feel about that. Like, how do y'all feel about calling? Do you have rules in which you engage where you'll pick up the phone and dial 911 and actually call the police on Black people? Now, I won't call the police on Black people for, like, say, if the music is too loud. You know, some of us can be really disrespectful, and we will take the peace out of a neighborhood. And you know those people with those really loud cars, and then they sit out, they're visiting a friend, they don't even live on the block, and then the music is just boom, boom, you know, and it's just your windows are shaking, you can't read, you can't think, you can't relax, you can't hear your TV, You can't hear the conversation you're having because somebody is outside the door. Boom, boom, boom. Sometimes I'll be wanting to call the police for that reason, but I don't. I won't ever engage the police in a trivial reason, but I'm getting more comfortable with the thought of calling the police on other Black people. It's the only way to have safer neighborhoods, I think, in some instances. And then if I call Richland County Police, it's a chance that a white cop will answer the door, but I also have a very good chance that a Black cop will answer the door. And so when people say that Black people shouldn't be the police, that's why we need Black people to be the police. Have you ever gotten pulled over? And the way our nerves as Black people, because once again, we know how the police what they can mean for us. Then when you see a Black cop get out of that car, you're instantly like, it's happened to me. So for that reason alone, we need Black police officers. Now, some of them do turn into coons and will aid, and assist those white cops in brutalizing us. Remember those 5 Black cops that beat that Black man to death? What was his name? It's so many of us. But it was 5 cops. This was a couple years ago. I want to say his name was Tyrone or Tyrese or something like that. No worries. At least 50 people will write it down in the comments. But I forget what his name was. Nichols. I think his name was Tyrone Nichols. Something like that. And anyway, they beat that man to death. And I don't know what's going on with that. Last I checked, I think that they were arrested. And they got caught on one of the cameras that was on the pole. And so it was videotape of what they did to this man. So some of them are like that. It just depends. But at the end of the day, just don't be nobody's problem. But that's my story about how I used to never call the police on Black people. And now I'm thinking differently because we have to hold our community members who are problematic accountable for the fuck shit they be doing in our community. It's time for us to do that. Otherwise, how we going to get rid of the rapists, the murderers, the pedophiles, the domestic abusers, the child abusers? How are we going to get rid of those people? The elder abusers, the thieves, the criminals. We have to, as Black people, have a way to hold those people accountable. We just can't, no snitch, that's not doing anything but ruining our neighborhoods and our communities. And y'all can disagree with me if you want to, but it's just how I feel about it. It's how I feel about it. Anyway, let me know how you feel about it down in the comments. That's really all that I have to say today. That was all that was on my mind today. America going broke. And we as Black people need to be holding our community members accountable. And remember, get into community with one another, Black people, and barter. Set up bartering systems. That's the next phase of this. I promise you that it is. Because it's only going to get worse for Black people. Because like Roland Martin said, they are trying to attack the wealth of the Black community. And I really do believe that. And when he said it, I 100% agree with him. They are. That's why 500,000 Black men have lost their jobs. And that's why 400,000 plus Black women have lost our jobs. That's why we're losing jobs and opportunities in this nation. They're trying to take us back. They're currently trying to figure out a way to make our votes not count anymore. And trust me when I tell you, the our vote don't matter crowd, they wouldn't be doing this if our votes didn't matter. They wouldn't be doing this. Your vote matters. It does. Think about had all the people who in the Black community within our community had have went and voted, actually voted, we might not be dealing with the country going bankrupt right now, ice on the streets, little girls in cages being raped and impregnated, a war in Iran. We wouldn't be dealing with none of this. Had this nation been more concerned about itself, its people been more concerned about itself, and had this nation not been so racist and so misogynist, we could all be living a better version of life right now. That is all that I have for today. Have a righteous day. Don't be nobody's problem today. Help other Black people today. It's important that other groups see us help each other. And help another Black person just because they're Black. We're allowed. Other communities do it. We're allowed to do it too. Have a good day. If you would like to support the platform, or just buy me a cup of coffee, or help with the Library Pantry, I'll leave my Cash App and Venmo down in the comments.